So now, without further ado, let me introduce to you my brothers from other mothers, Anthony Ramos, and as my mother likes to call him, Davido Dix. Welcome to the program. Yo, how y'all doing?
What up?
What up? How y'all feeling? It's been a grip since the three of us actually have been together like this. It has. When was the last time? I can't think of the last time this happened.
I don't know. It's been way too long.
Probably at David's crib.
No.
Maybe.
What?
Pre-COVID.
Diggs, were you there? Oh yeah, pre-COVID. What was that like? Remember pre-COVID? What a life, huh? Good times. Shouts out to pre-COVID. Let's just give a shout out to just like walking around, not having a mask on or not being yelled at by someone who refuses to wear their mask. Those were just good days.
Different times.
Good old days, good old times, man. How are you feeling today? Before we get into all the questions, and let's just have a quick check-in. What's your spirit like?
Man, I'm pretty good. It's beautiful out here. At least it looks great where Ant is too. So that's exciting.
That view.
Beautiful days all around.
Where are you?
On my roof, man.
Where?
In Brooklyn.
Don't give out your address.
Nah, man.
Before we get into it, Ant, tell me about that hat right quick.
Well, 1619.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is 40 acres and a mule special.
Mm-hmm.
Spike Lee. This is the year the slaves were brought to America, and Spike. Thank God for people like him who never let us forget. Like, on the side of that hat says 40 acres, but it says ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
And never forget how it began. And how long it's been and how much work. We in 2020 now. How much work we still have to do. So that's kind of the gist of what this hat is. I like to rock it, because
I do.
It's, especially being Puerto Rican, slaves were brought through the islands, all through Haiti and Dominican Republic and PR. And, I think it's just important for us to know, what, I guess, the history of things and just learn. So, yeah, that's what this hat is about.
Absolutely love that, because I know that the New York Times released that curriculum now for all schools based on, it's called 1619, to kind of teach them the truth of slavery, because a lot of school districts right now still, they call it indentured servitude. They don't talk about it truly. They try to negate the impact of it on in terms of like history and even just the economy. So it's just super dope. I appreciate the shit out of that, man, because people need to know. The more we know, the more possible it is for change. But
Thanks.
I'm gonna come in hot and say, if we were to recast the show with just 90s and 2000 R&B hip hop artists, who would be who?
Whoa,
that's crazy. Well, who's gonna play Hamilton?
I don't know who's gonna play Hamilton. Mulligan is Busta Rhymes, right? We've already been over that.
100%.
That's already
Mulligan's bust, 100%.
He also probably chose that when he came into it.
I mean, he'd probably fight us if we tried to say he wasn't. I'm not trying.
Actually, you remember he wanted to be the king.
He did.
That's what happened, because he wanted that.
Busta, right?
Yeah, he got the role.
Busta came to the show.
He ended up wearing basing his wardrobe in the next concert he did off of the king's costume.
Yeah, he came. Yo, he really came. I know somebody that went to that show was like, yo, my man really came out in the robe.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing, like he was mad inspired. He gave us like a 30-minute speech after that show. I know.
And then he kept coming. I'd just be in the public. I'm like, is that Bus in the lobby? And he's just like in the lobby.
Yeah.
He just kept coming to the show.
Up in the library.
Just straight up.
What do you think of Usher? Usher as Burr? He was like, nah, son.
Can't do
All right, hold up. Yo, you know who would be a crazy Hamilton though? Big Pun.
Yeah,
Pun could be Hamilton.
Big Pun would have killed that shit.
He would have.
That's what
Tupac too. Tupac would have been a crazy Hamilton.
That's true, but a lot of Lynn's cadences were based on Pun's.
That's true. All right, bam.
Lynn steals directly from Pun a lot. I think that's a good idea.
Pun, Hamilton, Bust is Mulligan. Who's Lawrence?
Dang.
I don't know why I just keep thinking like Too short.
Who's Lawrence?
Short. Short's way too nasty to be Lawrence. Lawrence is so sweet.
Memphis Bleak.
Memphis
Wait.
Bleak.
Oh no!
no.
Hey, Cameron is for sure Lafayette.
Cameron's Lafayette.
Cameron is for sure Lafayette. Hands down.
That's funny.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say like Chip Fu or something. Like
Oh man, who's Lawrence?
Ray J. could be
90s artist, right?
So we
Ray
say
J.
Ray J.
I said Ray J.
Chappelle jumped in there.
Honey, because he a
that's-
professional little brother, okay?
I'm with it. Yo, I'm with it. We go hit Ray J as Lawrence. What about Sky Sisters?
I think Beyonce is one of them. I don't know who, but nah,
I say
Beyonce's probably
Faith Evans, Angelica. I was saying Faith.
Oh, Faith
Evans.
Angelica? That.
I would put Faith
Lil
Angelica.
Kim? No Lil Kim?
Lil Kim can't sing though.
I guess you're right.
She can rap,
can't-
though.
She can
rap her ass off though. She killed that Satisfy one time. Well, I know you gotta sing that joint.
Yo, put Lil Kim as Philip.
Lil Kim's playing.
Just hard. Just coming in hard. Or Foxy Brown. No, Foxy Brown would be a Philip. Just come out the gate hot. Just hot and ready.
Shit. Yo, that is bad funny though, bro.
Hey, all right.
Someone
all
in
right.
the comments said Brandy as Eliza, which is not a
Maya is how I look at the comments. Where do I look? Maya's probably Peggy.
Maya could be Eliza though. She's just
think
sweet
so?
as a bell. Yeah, I think so.
Christina
But I'm-
Milian is Peggy then.
Bet. Sold. Absolutely sold.
We'll go for it.
So, here's another question. If you could write a note to your younger self, but you can only use 3 words, what would the 3 words be?
Oh man.
Wow.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Why?
I think like there was so much. There is still so much like doubt about whether like how to accomplish anything. And like the only thing that has ever served me is pushing through it. But there were a bunch of times when I was younger that like I would get so sort of frustrated by like not being able to figure out how to achieve any of the things I wanted to achieve, you know, or by not being at the place where I thought I should be, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're 20 and you're an artist, you're always like, man, by 25, I'm gonna be on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not actually a thing. You get to 25 and no matter what you're doing, you're like, I wish I'm not on yet. Well, by 30, I'm gonna be, you know, and the goal just keeps moving because even now I don't feel like I'm at it. So I think like the only
But
thing
you're only
is that
27, man. You have so much time.
you're very sweet. Someone's doing my I had someone doing my hair for this photo shoot the other day, and he was like, you know, they have things like you're starting to thin up there. Here's some treatment that you could like send me a website for like male pattern baldness treatments. I was like, it's time. That's all this hair is coming off. I'm telling you guys right now, world, I'm gonna cut this shit out.
I don't know if people can deal with you without hair. I don't know if I can do. My whole identity is being next to you and not being recognized. Like if you like, you're messing with, like that's my narrative. It's the dude who stands next to David. Like if you cut your hair, I'm like, well, then what am I?
I'm gonna be that for you, and you're gonna see how it feels.
Yo, Ant, what's your 3 words you would say to your younger self, for you teenage self?
I would say take your time.
Why?
I think because I was still now, like I think a little bit to what David was saying though. I think I had this vibe, or I have this vibe, like I need to rush. I need to, you know, time is against me. I have to figure this out now. I have to, you know what I'm saying? I got to come up right now. Like, why is this not happening fast enough? You know, like, also like, you know, just with life lessons too, right? Like take your time. If it takes that relationship time to heal, you know, with yourself or with that person or whatever, it's all right. You don't have to like, you know, it like, for instance, right? Like it's okay. Like y'all ain't gotta have the conversation tomorrow. Like if it takes 2 months, if it takes a year for y'all to actually be able to sit down and have that conversation and that one-on-one, if that's as much time as you need for you to, I guess, you know, be the best person you can possibly be entering that conversation, then take your time. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, like when it comes to work, all that shit. Like everything's not gonna happen as soon as you want it to happen. Just put in the work, you know, be patient, try to exemplify grace and humility as much as you can, and just take, you know, just be easy, yo. Like it's all good. Like don't be losing sleep over shit, especially shit that you ain't got control over. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on, come with it. Hey, I'm hit you with this one now. If you had to recast, if we had to recast the three of us, but with just people, other cast members, who would it be?
Wow. I mean, it goes without saying, Andrew played all of us. Andrew can play all three of us at the same time.
That's right, Anthony. That's right. I'm dead.
It's not your moment. Your moment's coming later. Bye.
I mean, you know, but
You should tell solo show. That actually, I would buy a ticket to that.
I would too. I would want to see Betsy as Lafayette for sure. I would put Betsy as Lafayette, and then I would put Rua as Mulligan.
Yeah,
because
that's fire. That's fire.
I would love to see Rua as Mulligan.
Wait, who? Ephraim did Ephraim do Mulligan one time?
Ephraim sure did Mulligan. He sure did. He was swimming in that coat.
You can't ask this question. You can't ask this question with the guys who played the role on the shit. They here, yo. I'm like, okay.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think Morgan would fuck up Philip though.
Yo, Morgan was for sure fucking Philip. Morgan 100% for sure would fuck up
1000%.
The dancingest one of the Sons of Liberties, for sure.
So here's another different one. Since we all have performed works, our own personal works, on stage, like not in the context of a musical or a play, what are the benefits of doing your own work, and what are the benefits of actually not having to worry about the fact that you wrote it but doing like a play? Like, since you both are live performers and I do poetry as well, like what is the main difference between the two, the positives and negatives?
Well, I mean, for me, I think when you're doing something that you wrote or helped create, whether it's like a play or a piece of music or whatever, you have a lot more sort of flexibility to change in the moment, or to honoring all of your impulses equals honoring the piece, right? Because you made the piece. So whereas like, you and I have experience with like sometimes honoring our impulses wasn't actually honoring Hamilton. We had to keep that shit in check.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. What you talking about?
We would want to do things, but realize that maybe it wouldn't help accurately tell the story of the show. But so like, you don't have to really worry about that as much when you're doing your own stuff. But there's a certain, for me, there's a certain freedom in being a gun for hire, which is what I call just like acting in a thing, you know, because you really just get to focus on your part. Like your job is so simple. It's really just to tell your part of the story as accurately as possible, and to make sure everything you do contributes to your very small part of a very big thing. No matter what you're doing, it's a very big thing. You know, even if you're like performing one song on a stage, like who's lighting that, who is sound engineering that, who is like, everything you do as a performer is a really small part of a very big production. And so that, I find that freeing. It makes me less nervous to realize that like so many other people could fuck it up too, you know? Like it's not just on me.
Yes.
Yo, that's real.
Because it's worse when you mess up your own damn lyrics. That's just
Yeah, but I do it all the time. But also, there's a thing about performing music, right? That's different too, because that's really just energy management. Like when you're doing a concert, right? Like your job, the story that you're telling is about managing an audience's energy like over time. So it's like, I know I need them to get dumb hype by here. So what do I have to do back here to make sure that here we're at that energy level? So it's the same as sort of being in a play, except the play is about managing a story. And this is like about, concerts are about managing energy.
that. And
I don't know, man. I think, you know, this thing when someone else writes it, you like, it's less pressure to have to make changes and shit. Like you ain't really like, well, they wrote it, so I'm gonna just try to make the shit as fly as possible. But there's only so much I could do, you know, but to just bring my flavor to this and just learn the lines or learn whatever it is that I'm, you know, the song or whatever, and just like trying to bring myself to it as much as possible. And then when you with a cast too, it's dope because you could just feed off your homies, or you could feed off like the energy. Like I fed off of you guys all the time. Like, you know, you guys just had this vibe that it was undeniable. Like I get on stage with you and it was just like, all right, I'm good. Like I'd be dead tired some days, as I'm sure you guys were, but there was just this feeling of like, as soon as I felt you guys' presence, just even like as soon as I felt myself just enter you guys' vortex, I was like, oh, all right, we in the mix. I feel their energy, I feel their vibe, I feel there's a thing happening right here. And it's a lot easier though too when it's not yours. You're thinking about it less, especially when you've done it so many times, and or even, you know, whatever. If it's a movie, you just kind of get the set, you know, you learn your shit, and you really just like really make it as honest and as real as you possibly can, you know. But then there's this other element when you're doing your own stuff. I used to ask myself, like, yo, how does Lynn have so much energy? Like, yo, this dude, you could tell, like, he was just on another frequency. You know, we'd be doing the show with him, and I'd be like, yo, how is the second show? We won't beat. Like, you might as well put mattresses on the stage for all of us to sleep. Like, we're all tired and shit. But this dude is on one all the time. And
yeah.
And then when I started playing my own music and I went on tour and doing all that, and like, I realized, like, when it's yours, and when you wrote the songs, and you like, the thing came from, you know, you was in the room before you went on tour, before there was an audience, before everybody, you was just trying to tell the stories, and you were in it. You listening to the mixes, you were so in the mix that finally you get the chance to share it.
Yeah.
It's almost like this extra, you know what I'm saying? It's like this extra boost that happens inside of you that you like, yo, I can't let this opportunity go. Every single chance I get to put this on stage, to give it to people or share it, I have to like go. I have to be on 1,000. I have to give it my all. I have to leave it all out on the stage or on the screen or whatever it is. So I think for me, those are the differences. I love the, like, you know, I feel like there's less pressure when it's not yours. But then pressure's subjective, right? Like, I think we put pressure on ourselves just in general.
It almost sounds like a shift of energy. Like when it's not, it's like when it is yours, that the pressure that you have shifts into like such a strong outpour of energy, as opposed to when it is with a group of people, you still have all that pressure, but you share it. You can like pass it off and do all of that and whatnot. And for anybody who has not seen either of these gentlemen perform, you have to. I know it's COVID, so people aren't out. You don't want to be in like in a mass picture out at a concert without your mask on. No. But when it comes back, you have to go see both of these gentlemen perform. They're out of this world. I've seen them both. It's incredible. It is absolutely remarkable, man. And
Oak too. If he's out there doing poems somewhere, go see them. It's actually like a really transcendent 100%. Experience.
Damn, thanks.
He's gotten up on stage at a bunch of shows that I've done just because if we see him in the audience, he's coming up. You know, so
man, y'all about to have me crying. I got too many muscles in my eyes though, so I can't really manage it right now. But
yo, you one of the most intellectual people I ever met in my life, though, bro. Like not for nothing, man. Anytime we have a conversation, Oak was my roommate, right? We were dressing room. I was his roommate. when we did Hamilton together, off Broadway and Broadway. When I tell you, we had some of the most incredible, life-changing conversations I've ever had, that I've had with him. You're here on my screen. I don't know where you are and someone else, but yo, my man's. I'm talking, yo, and it just translates into his poetry. So yeah, if my man's out there, you better catch him. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Thanks, y'all. Look, we got to shift, but before we shift, first of all, thank you both for lending your time and just hanging with me and talking right now, and for the folks and for all goodness. And I truly love the shit out of y'all, man. I mean that. Y'all my family. But I want to first play y'all a quick clip from Snowpiercer to shout out my man Diggs, who's in every screen. Anthony also is everywhere. I couldn't get a Godzilla clip because they're being shady, but you know how it is.
Anthony Ramos is in every movie.
Everything. You guys don't even know. It's like everywhere. Streaming, TV, phone, tablet, stage is bananas. But
wait, I'm gonna tell the story. Hold on. Let me tell the story right quick, because Ant was staying in my house, and I won't tell what it's for, but Ant was staying in my house. And I wasn't there. And my favorite thing in the mornings to do, I would get up early in the morning and turn on my security cameras to watch Ant in the backyard learning how to use a samurai sword for a movie role he was about to do. Every morning, I'd turn on my little cameras and Ant's out there with his instructor next to him, just.
Oh snap!
Get it.
Yeah. Yo, I brought that sword back home too. I got that shit downstairs.
I bought one
later.
After watching you, I was like, that looks fun. I'm gonna buy one and learn how to use swords. I don't have a movie to do it for.
Okay, you better not. You better have an instructor too before you cut yourself, cut your dog or something, Diggs. I know you're excited. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Everybody, enjoy this clip. Peep the clip. We're gonna keep it rolling right afterwards. What? Oh God. What is this?
Yo, you wildin',
okay,
bro.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. It was supposed to be a Snowpiercer clip. I don't know how Davitney Spears got on the screen. I apologize.
The internet wins 100%.
I'm gonna work with the team to figure out what happened. Let me try and play the. Let me just try one more time to play this clip. I don't know if it'll work, but let me just give it one more shot. We're gonna try it again. All right. Okay, here we go. Nope, there it is. There it is again.